Hello and welcome to the Hermit Lab. Today we're doing Calmandala Down, so we'll be going all over the mat in a super chill way. Thanks for being here. Here she comes. Hi, Marge. So like I said, here we are today, taking a mandala flow all over the place, but super calm. We'll meet in child's pose to get going. Whatever child's pose you need, I went super dropped, elbows, forehead. Feel really free today and always, literally on your mat. Rocking movements, stillness, anything that I am or am not offering is always yours. Lift and lengthen. We're going to start even here, getting a little bit off the mat, taking it over to the right. Breathe deeply. Crawl yourself through center and tiptoe your fingers over to the left, opening up opposite side body. Come back to center, soften, forehead down just one more time. Round yourself up through a tabletop. Tuck your toes and send your hips back, downward facing dog. Freedom in the movements here that help drop you in, cracking toes, pedaling feet, scratching your nose, whatever it is. Settle in. Big breath. And out. Eyes forward, heavily. Walk the feet to the top of the mat. Let's take ragdoll. Soften into the knees, deep crease of the hips. Arms can hang heavy or grab elbows or any other bind that feels right. Soften the knees, chin toward your chest. Slow-mo, rise yourself up to standing. Reach the arms up overhead. Take the eyes high, tall mountain, and slide hands together at heart. Just breathe in and out. Arms by the side, Samastitihi. Here we go. Inhale the arms all the way up, maybe a baby back bend. Melt into your forward folds. Drop your head at the bottom. Lengthen out, halfway lift hands to shins. Plant the hands. We'll step right foot back for a lunge over the left leg and move this around as much as feels right. You can go for like a straight front leg and a bent, maybe hip swiveling or knee dropping. Just the low lunge of your dreams. Getting those like first little wiggle kinks out. Plant the hands. Sneak a left foot back, high plank. Shift the heart forward and lower all the way down to the ground. Point the feet behind you. 3 cobras. Peel the heart up. And slide the chin down. Feel free to pop up to fingertips, maybe even off of your mat. Second cobra, a little bit taller perhaps. And drag the chin down, down, down. Final easy back bend here, as tall as you want to go. I went straight arms. Slow exhale to lower all the way down. Plant the hands back on the mat. Just press up and back to a child's pose, landing on the feet. Long enough to take one breath in and out. Round yourself up through a cat back, arrive to a neutral tabletop. Flip the tail out, inhale, look all the way up for cow. And exhale, round out for cat. Inhale, look up one more time, tuck your toes, lead with your hips, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Send it away. We'll sweep the right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip, wrap it around you. We'll treat the left leg like a peg leg. Keep it nice and straight. Look forward. Right foot comes all the way up and over. Your right hand will come off the floor for a brief wild thing. And then just have a seat as you are. Janu Shirshasana, right foot to the inner thigh. Fold over your left straight leg. So yeah, folks, we're going to go all around the mat. It might get a little confusing, so best of luck. I'm going to try to keep it really simple with my cues. But get comfortable maybe sitting off of your mat now and then. We'll always end up back on it. Kind of. Rise on up. Take your right hand back behind you, swoop your left arm forward and up so we open up the front of the hips that we just compressed. And circle your way back down to a seat. And then returning as we entered, plant the right foot back to the top of your mat, 2 hands down. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Knee into your chest, cross it underneath you to the left, in line with your hip or maybe in line with your hands. Rock star, left arm rises, and then just sit down. You're in a straddle. Zigzag your way into a seated straddle forward fold. As folded is for you. Did have to be a little careful with my going on and off the mat just because I have these candles around me. Lift your heart back up. I scooted off just slightly. Don't worry so much. We're going to go over the left, there, really good, shoulder. Fall down to your belly. Extend your right arm out. Take left foot up and back behind it. Left foot kind of looks for the right hand. Opening up front of shoulder, a big back bend here, quad stretch. We'll come back the same way we got in. So back through the belly, plant the hands, extend the legs, come up to a seat. You're back in your seated straddle. Keep going over your right shoulder. Prepare your left leg so that we can untangle right leg, three-legged dog all the way up behind you like it was all a dream. Look forward, step to the outside of your right hand for a lizard plank. And we'll cat and cow this here. Drop the knee, inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin. Round out, keep the front knee slightly bent. Take 2, drop the knee, inhale, look up. Round out, option to extend the front leg this time, rounded spine. Come forward, last one, drop the knee, lift the heart all the way up, stretch the throat, and then straight leg option to flex the front foot and soften back into your low lunge. We're going to swivel ourselves over to the left side, halfway lift, change the toes, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, your choice of arms, wiggles or not. Lengthen out, halfway lift, hands beneath the shoulders. Keep crawling now to the back of your mat. Low lunge over your left leg. And we're standing up from here. Right knee starts to hug into the chest. Arms reach high overhead. You're balancing on your left foot. Cross the right foot up and over. Find your left wrist. Take a little side bend over to the right. Stand up nice and tall and then slide pinky side edges of the feet toward one another. You've got right foot on top. Forward fold. Knees can be soft as feels right. Drop your head. Lengthen up for a halfway lift, and we'll sneak the left foot back behind us, low lunge. Big drama move here. Spin the back foot flat, coming up through a warrior two thing, big star shape up and over. Low lunge over the left foot. We're back at the top of the space. Halfway lift, lift the back leg behind us. We're kind of airplaning with the fingers down. You can stay here or change to half moon. Right hand to hip, right arm up overhead. Keep rising the top leg. Maybe there's a bind for you there, Chopasana. Grab the foot, open, open, open. And then 2 feet down, forward fold, top of your space. Halfway lift, Padangustasana. Scoop up the big toes, pour into yourself. Feel free to be heavy here, shoulder rolling. Lengthen halfway lift and forward fold. Release the bind, roll yourself all the way up tall, arms overhead, look up, hands to your heart. 1 breath in, exhale the arms by your side. And now we have left side, so we're untangling the other direction. Inhale all the way up. Soften, forward fold, Uttanasana, drop the head. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins. If you want to go taller, soften the knees, plant the hand, step left foot back behind you. And here we are back again in the low lunge of our dreams. Maybe there's wiggles here, straight legs, bent legs, knee down, straight arms, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be anything other than what it is. Root the palms, step right foot back, high plank. Shift the heart forward, lower all the way down front body. Point the feet behind you. 3 cobras, peel the heart up. And slide it down. Option to fingertip down, elbows tall as you ripple your heart up. Drag the chin down. Last one, as tall as you want to take it. Maybe straight arms, open the throat. Slowly lower down. We'll meet in child's pose. Plant the hands and the hips up and back. In and out. Round the spine up through a cat back to arrive neutral table. Inhale, look all the way up, cow. Round all the way out for cat. Good, inhale, look up one more time, tuck the toes, lead with that tail. Downward facing dog. Adjust as you'd like. Breathe in. And out. Left side. We go left leg high. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Now remember, right leg stays peg leg. Look forward, that should help. Slow-mo, up and over, left toes find the ground. Brief wild thing. Keep the right leg straight, just sit down. Janu Shirshasana, drop the left knee open, foot to thigh, pour over your straight front leg. Roll yourself up to a seat. Left hand down behind you. Swoop the right arm forward and up. Lift the hips, open the front of the pelvis that we just compressed. And we return right back where we came from. Hips go down. We change, plant the left foot, hands back to the top of the mat, untangle the legs, three-legged dog behind you. Now we come forward, cross it underneath you, send it over to the right, in line with the hip or maybe even up with the hands. Right hand lifts, fallen triangle, and then just slide it on down. Seated straddle. I like to zigzag forward just to make sure I'm hitting all those good spots. Yeah, just whatever you want with the feet. Is it flexed? Is it pointed? Are they in a place where you want to crack the toes? Or maybe forearms down to the ground. Find your freedom. Okay, this is where we get fancy. Roll on up to a seat. Over your right shoulder, we're going to pass the mat. Go down to your belly. Extend your left arm out to the side. Left ear to the floor. Right foot goes back and kind of seeks that left hand. So it's a bit more of a back bend. We're stretching the quad. We're letting the knee fall to the floor. And right hand can just stay there for balance. Help yourself back to the belly. Feet go back where they came from through your straddle. Keep going over the left shoulder, plant the hands, prepare the back leg. So we can untangle left leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Yes. Step to the outside of your left hand for your lizard, cat, and cows. Just so many animals. Drop the knee, lift up, look up. And then keep the arms straight, press out, round out. Keep the front leg bent. Yeah, shoulders nice and stacked. Again, drop the knee, inhale, look all the way up. This time, round out, feel free to straighten the front leg. Come forward one more time, knee down, hips lowered, heart up, eyes up. Option here to straighten front leg and flex the front foot. And just a brief moment back in the low lunge. We'll pivot over to the right. Halfway lift, turn the toes, Prasarita Padottanasana. Oh, whatever you like. I went for a bind behind the back, lacing fingers, little halfway lift. You could play around here with the distance between your feet if you've kind of been feeling too comfortable or kind of default mode here. A bit of a shorter stance is nice for hamstrings if you're comfortable in this place. Soften your hands down, hands beneath the shoulders, halfway lift. We are going to crawl to the back of the mat, low lunge over the right leg. Prepare to stand up for just a second. Left knee hugs into your chest. Arms reach up. We're coming left foot over to the right, crossing over. Find right wrist. Offer yourself a little side bend to the left. Stand back up. Slide pinky side edges of the feet together to touch. Left foot's on top. You're folding. Yeah, use hands to catch you. Head to drop. Little halfway lift. Right foot escapes behind us. Low lunge. Here comes big drama. Spin the back foot flat. It's like we pass through warrior two, kind of swivel to the top of the mat, hands down, low lunge. That's a nice safe space to be. Here's a little halfway lift with the back leg high. So airplane supported by fingertips. You could stay here. Or take yourself into half moon. Left hand peels up. Maybe the foot's back there behind you to open up with a bind. Chopasana, sugar cane. Kick, kick, kick. Open, open, open. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Viparahastasana. Step onto the hands. Soften the toes. The knees, the hips, the back of the neck, the face. Let your face fall off. We halfway lift, we release the bind. Roll and rise all the way up, tall mountain. Hands to the heart. So nice, breathe in. Arms by your side. Let's get down to the ground. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Dive, melt, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Malasana squat. Take the stance that works for you, the arms, the hands, whatever. We're going to meet in a seat. So maybe you just melt back, maybe you use your hands. Find butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Feet together, knees apart. Find your sits bones. Feel free to sit up tall or forward fold over yourself, holding onto your feet or letting your arms extend. So now we're going to take a little around the world situation here as we stretch. Rise on up to a seat. Fall to the right hip. Take deer pose. Front shin about parallel with the top of the mat. The left knee's out to the side bent. Stay tall or fold. Lift your heart up. Continue the left leg around behind you, resting half pigeon. Scoot the leg long. Find your tall space and then fold over once more. Lift the heart up, come back to your hands. Lean forward. We're going to gather the left leg underneath us for cow face. So I'm going to kind of come up to the knees and then have a seat back down. So I have the right leg on top. I like to hold onto the feet to try to get everything beneath me. Sit up nice and tall or fold yourself over. There's a little divot in your knee for your chin. Rise the spine back up nice and tall. Left arm escapes out and up overhead. We're crossing the elbow over the knee. Hands in prayer and then twist. So it's a bit of a diagonal twist. Really nice. Yes. All right, we're untangling. Release the hands. Keep the legs as they are. Go over your left shoulder. Ragdoll. Broop. You untangle for just a moment. Drop the head, yeah. Full circle, halfway lift, fingertips. Keep the feet, twist around to your left. Drop the seat again, little rock and roll. Rock back. Come on back up to a seat, Baddha Konasana, left side. Feet together, knees wide, rock it out. Sit up tall or forward fold. Hopefully all these directions make sense. It's nice though, it kind of breaks the 2-dimension out of this like flat rectangle mat that we have. We get to go all over the place. Rise yourself up. We're going to lean to the left, take deer pose, so the right knee out. This is a great way to help start getting the front hip a little used to having the shin parallel to the top of the mat. It's really hard to get in full resting half pigeon, so it's nice to attempt it here. Just working on the front hip as opposed to stressing about the back leg too. So of course you're welcome to stay there or lift yourself back up and complete the right leg all the way back around you. For resting half pigeon, scoot the leg long, lift the heart up, take up space, and then go eat up all that space. Fall the chest forward, find arms that land well for you. Okay, start to rise back up, plant the hands. Get the back leg tangled underneath you for cow face. Lean forward and then sit back again. Gomukhasana. We've got left knee stacked on right knee. Hold on to the feet. Sit up nice and high. Or dive forward. Hook your little chin up and over the knee. Sit up nice and tall once more. Right arm escapes up overhead. Hook the elbow over the outside of the left knee, hands to your heart, and then wrap around yourself in this kind of funky diagonal twist. You can use elbow down to really get a good crack. Untangle, back to the front, over the right shoulder. Here we are in ragdoll, heels dropped, drop the head. We got to continue this full circle. So halfway lift, pivot, pivot, pivot over the right. Come down to your seat. We're going to rock back, but get stuck in kind of a lazy plow. Bring your hands to your hips to support them. And let's explore. If your feet are on the floor and you're comfortable here, sliding feet over to the right. Keep supporting your right hip with your right hand. Let your right knee drop to the ground. What does that feel like? And then slide feet over to the left. Capture your left hip with your left hand and soften your left knee toward the ground. Is that like an option you didn't know was there? Does that feel better or interesting in the neck or down the side of the body? Reach for the edges of your mat. Lower all the way down so slowly and carefully and easy. Create Supta Baddha Konasana legs, feet together, knees apart, and take fish pose. So stuff your fingers underneath your seat, elbows down, heart up, head off. Big breath in and out. So nice. Soften yourself down to the ground, knees into chest. Little rocking. We'll send the knees over to the left, supine twist. Eyes can stay neutral or go over to the right. Back to center. And knees go over to the right, twisting left, supine twist. Come on back to center. Plant the feet, swish at your hips, and decide where your final resting place is gonna work for you today. Legs long, constructive rest. You want to get back into the hips, Supta Baddha Konasana. I let hands just relax on the belly. Take an inhale. Leave an exhale. And take rest. Shavasana. Rediscover fingers and toes. Back of the head falling side to side. If a full body stretch sounds like a nice idea, you can take it here. Arms long, legs long, toes pointed. And choose your favorite side. Come on up and over. Take a fetal position and really land here. Let it be familiar and comfortable and comforting. With eyes heavy or closed, make your way up to an easy seat. Find your anchor points dropped, shoulders heavy, ears lifted. And hands find one another at heart center. Let's just breathe in. Open the mouth, let it go. Thumb knuckles rise, third eye center. Acknowledge yourself and take a bow. Really nice work. Thank you all for being with me. I hope you feel as good as I did after this. Mwah. I'll see you next time, wherever that is in this big wide hermit lab that we have together. Cool guys. See you soon. Bye.